remember that box with the two Hoover Senior 6525e's inside of it? Well, I've done one of them. I guess we're going to have a look at it, finish it off and see how this one runs. Then, for a laugh, we'll give it a little side-by-side comparison with the one that I haven't started yet and see just what a difference a good refurbishment makes. Let's have a look. Yes, hello, my vacuum cleaner and Hoover Who Better chums. How are you today? Yep, this plastic fantastic Senior came out really, really nicely, helped by the fact that the bag is literally mint. It pretty much is brand new. There is no damage to it at all. It is a fabulous sateen bag. Next from our nice bag is our nice flex. There are actually two pre-cut to length flexes in the bag, as I found out when I got into it. So obviously being a Senior, we can't really, I definitely don't want to on this, turn the cord hooks. So we've got to spend half an hour unwrapping this very long flex. We have a gorgeous WG plug and well, it came with these, so I kept these, although I've just broken that one. Yeah, very nice and clean, all polished. The other one will be the same whenever I get the other machine done. In fact, I'm going to stay on, because we're going to turn it on in a minute. All of the hand cheese came off of the handle grip, or it is quite faded. This machine is a little bit faded, although this camera is doing it the world of good in hiding all of that. Right, well, yes, the next thing we should have a look at is underneath, which is looking fantastic. Let's pop this off, and yeah, this came up beautifully, scrubbed up a treat. And after doing my 6525C with its quite corroded chassis, having a plastic one is nicer because yeah, it just cleans up absolutely fantastically. You see a little bit of paint issues there, and otherwise it is spotless. You can see where it's had a very slack belt fitted at some point, which has caused it to flop on that plastic. Talking of brush roll and belt, that is something which we do need to fit, because I figured for this one we would fit the brand new, if not slightly patterned and non-genuine, brush roll for this machine. This is very much the best I'm going to get in 2025, let alone finding a genuine one, although, oh no, focus. This was off, and look, it's obviously destroyed that part of the brush roll. That is a bit of a shame, although I'm not repainting it, because I will never get the finish. That's a shame. That, I guess it fell off during storage, or it's been fiddled with. Oh, that's a shame. Nice, stiff, non-genuine bristles on your nice, non-genuine brush roll. We will then need a belt, so I think this one is probably going to do. There we go. Lovely, lovely. I'm going to guess that this is on the correct way and has the other end cap on right, and fit this into here, like almost so. Come on. Oh, why is our brush roll clip being an absolute fiddly sod? Come on, why don't you come on? Do we need to use a little bit of violence? And then eventually we'll get the brush roll fitted. Wow. Then we stick our very tight belt on, which is probably for the best, being nice and tight. Then we can fit the base plate back to the machine and turn it on and see how well it runs now. Although before we go and turn this machine on for the first time in your viewership, we're going to take a cloth and I'm going to buff off the wax that I've had sitting on this machine couple of days whilst I await to film this video. That's how I think it gets a bit more glossier. If you leave a nice thin layer of wax, when you can build it up, you can do another layer now and it will probably go even glossier, but it stops the dust from sticking whilst I faff around waiting to film the after video. So there we go. Now it's very shiny. The hood polished up okay. You can see it's still got some damage, but you know, from there, it looks alright, doesn't it? Let's just turn on the plug, which sits up here. Look, age, in fact, that plug socket is older than this. So, turn that on. Works really well, doesn't it, Bernie? Having a brand new brush roll with brand new bearings does help a lot. I'm certainly hoping that when we get this one done, and I'm going to keep its brush roll, we're going to clean up and paint and hopefully just grease those bearings, we should have two. And you know, this one I think might have a slightly better hood on it. Certainly not as many random scratches and bits and bobs all over it, so who knows, it might come up, unless I find anything really scary when we take it apart, a lot better. That works well as well. And when we get this one done, it should hopefully sound as good as that. That is the benchmark. I figured we'd have a look underneath and, well, you can hopefully tell the difference in the ones that we've done. This one's not going to have a lot of its paint left on there. Don't know if I dare spray it white or not, to maybe see if it perks it up. But yeah, look at the difference. You get all the grease and grime out of all under here, all the cobwebs. It all just gets very good scrub and wash and clean, and then you end up with a nice scrubbed, washed and cleaned vacuum cleaner. You give your wheels, hang on, that one, yeah, that one doesn't even turn. You give your wheels a nice clean, they'll spin well, the whole machine is much better. So, I guess there's no point me waffling on. Let me get this one completely restored, refurbished. We don't have a bag for it, so we might have to borrow one from my 6525C and see if we can copy paste. A short time later, it's like a branch of the co-op in here today. We have two 6525E vacuum cleaners, as showroom fresh as they are going to be, as clean and as tidy as they are ever going to be. Sadly, the hood on this one is a little bit more scratched and dinted than the other one. I mean, it's not bad, you would certainly polish it up well, but yeah, it isn't quite as nice as the first one. The hood is also mildly less faded, so do believe we may be doing a little switcheroo on the hoods. I'll be honest, the handles want swapping over as well, but since it's all going to come apart for postage, I'll just tell the owner to do that when he puts them back together. It's very nice, isn't it? I'm going to unwrap the cable very gently and swap the bag over, because I've only got the one bag. I've got all of the bag holdery stuff and the bellows from the other one that was washed, but the bag was being repaired, so it does have its original bag. It will look lovely once it is fitted, but for now we need to borrow this one, so do that and we'll give it a play as well. There we go, it's bagged up for its own protection, and we can check that it works as well as the other one. Oh yeah. that works well enough indeed. It has very good brush strips. They're not genuine though, sadly, but it was all right in that roller. They're very stiff and decent, and yeah, that works well enough. What you may have noticed underneath this one is that the tool port is painted black. Unfortunately, I don't have any other colour than black paint, or brown. I've got brown from 119s that we've done before, and yeah, I was doing the brush roll. It was so rusty and crusty and horrible, I couldn't leave it, so it did get, you know, wafted over in black paint. It doesn't look out of place, to be brutally honest, especially when, you know, you look at the machine in its normal environmental standing up condition. I'm sure one day we can make it better, but today's not that day. What today is potentially the first day in a while this would have had tools in it, because I could tell from the paint scratching. So it's the first time in a while that this thing over the base plate, there we go, might have had some tools fitted. We'll plug the hose in. It's going to be awful because this toolkit isn't the best, but yeah, it is a Hoover Senior toolkit. Really isn't the greatest. In fact, I know how we can see just how hilariously bad these tools actually are. Let's clean up this minute and see how it goes. Gosh, that's awkward to film out. I won't pick up any more because I don't want, you know, smelly bird seed to go too much into this machine. But that wasn't bad. Well, you saw it. It did pull the dirt towards it. That's all that matters. You don't have to say what type of dirt it is that you use. No, just that it picks it up. No, it didn't even pick it up. Noticed? Obviously, this is the way the machine was facing. It's blown a load of it straight back out the bottom of the base plate. I think I can remember why. Let's just turn the machine off for my safety. I don't actually remember. Oh, God. Oh, this is really tight now, isn't it? Yeah, that's why the paint gets scratched off of it. Right, we need to pop the seal on the end of here. I didn't do that bit. I mean, probably didn't make much difference. I'm not going to deny and say that it, yeah, this is going to make it really good. I'm just going to take this big roll of self-adhesive foam that I have. I need to find this in a strip so I can do a Vax 121. If anybody knows the measurements that I would need, do let me know. Right, no stickiness, you can just stay on. And that can just go onto there. And that is then going to take much more of a better clamping on the back of there. Although with this fitted, that'll be enough. The speed switch will be triggered. So this machine should be running faster than this machine. Let's see if we can tell the difference. So that's faster by, I think, 100 watts. I'll just count that is high. No wonder nobody uses these tools for more than a go, isn't it? There we go. Yes, no, you can definitely tell. definitely tell the difference between the machine with the speed control switch on or off. I mean, again, there's no reason why you couldn't bridge that switch and have it on permanently. But, I mean, people say it might cause a bit of damage to the motor. They're reliable. What do you think of it? These are definitely machines that work better on the old carpet than with any tools. If you wanted tools in this area, you'd buy an Electrolux cylinder and have a much better time. So, yeah, another pair of rare Hoovers saved. A pair this time. Very nice indeed. What do you think? Do you think they came up okay? I think they're about as good as they're going to get, short of going the next stage or wet sanding and repainting with colour match painting. Oh, I'm not getting into all that. These are mechanically as beautiful as they're ever going to need to be. They can go back to their owner and take pride of place in his collection, and who knows what we may see next. So thank you very much for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed, and I and some horrible old Hoovers will see you soon. Bye bye.